blessings. Peace and blessings. It's a bit windy out here, man. I pray y'all can hear me. If not, y'all let me know and I'll do my best to speak on the content of this message. But I pray that everyone is well today. It is a beautiful day. Look at it. It's a beautiful day out here. Walking in the park. Real nice and peaceful, man. So I hope that everyone is doing well. I hope that everyone is striving to stay safe and sane out here. Real difficult task in the times we're living in, but necessary. Definitely necessary. Just wanted to speak briefly on the easy target. The easy target. Why do we choose the easy target more often than not? My perspective, of course. I remember when I was in prison, it was a guy, he was from I'm in Maryland right now, a block from DC. And it was a guy, he was from Maryland, older guy, kind of heavy on the jiggly side, you know what I mean? Maryland prison system. Turn around hoping that wind doesn't muffle too much the words. So he did a little time in the Maryland prison system. I think he did like 17 years, 17, something like that. Came home, got into whatever trouble he got into the VA. And so, he used to hang or try to hang with a guy named Rick from DC, older guy, older than me, light-skinned, muscular. He did a little time in Gordon prison. And JR, same thing, he from Southeast, He was wild at one time, laid back, but a soldier just the same. And used to hang around. He always had a tendency to over-exaggerate in his language. Everybody has slang. New York, yo son, what's up, kid? And everybody, the South and DC has, we call people, Bammers and clowns and Joe. What's up, Joe? Let me holler at you, Slim. So he always overdid it. He would be like, man, these young Bammers, Slim, they killed me. I'll punish one of these young farmers, Joe. So he was always, actually, Rick and JR, they from DC too, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna come from them, but they didn't do it. They were all the same language. But this dude, he was extra. And he had a tendency to play cards. And he always talked that knife talk, If you're losing the card game, you're losing the paper game, you get that blade and steal it on these young punks. So guys stayed away from him. Guys not real thoroughbreds, but the young guys kind of stayed above from him. You liver. You're not sure if this dude, because he did 2 bits. So you're not sure if he really would push that knife. But he gave that impression, right? So I remember that was his thing. He didn't fool everybody, but what they say, don't write a check your ass can't cash, you know the language. And so, like I say, I watched him. It was always a select group. It was never everybody. It was never, he didn't, didn't pick and choose. He would go at any and everybody. Nah, he always picked like 3 particular dudes. One was kind of quiet. One was muscular, lift weights, but he was laid back. And he would play cards with him. He would be yelling like, yeah, man, throw the cards out, Slim. God damn, you messing the game. And youngin' just be like, man, go ahead, man. And keep on playing, right? So one day he had a card game, and a youngin' from Portsmouth, Virginia, named Thug. They playing. He barking at the other, one of the little guys he normally barks at. So, he yelling, yeah, Slim. Man, play the hand, man. Whoa, play the hand. Whoa. So Thug is actually a laid back guy, man. I've known Thug. He had that name. He was wild on the street. He would fight or shoot, but he smiled all day, laughed all day. Pretty much that was his day, laughing and joking. What he called bidding off of people. That was when basically you just say stuff like, the funniest things, you know what I'm saying, that you can during the course of the day on or at certain people, you know, and just to get a little laughter, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it was at the expense of people, but usually Thug kept it, you know, with him and his little dudes. They just joked all day. So, dude, the old head, the heavy old head, he going in on the youngin'. Yeah, man, play the calm, man. He was a bum. He was a bum, man. And Thug just walked behind him and caught him. Boom. That's all you heard was a loud crack. Pop. Dude grabbed his face, looked behind him, panicked, jumped up and ran to the booth. No exaggeration, ran to the booth. Now, he looked like he was about to say, CO, help. But it looked like he thought about, if he did that, you know, what would that cause? Which, you know, his bit would have been over. I mean, in a sense, like, guys would have waited till the COs locked him up, went in his cell, took all the stuff. Or even if they hadn't locked him up or he came out in another pod, it'd have been like, man, dude a snitch. So dudes would have been pressing him, man, get out the pod, use a snitch. Or they'd have let him hang and they'd have been trying to rob him at every chance they get. So the moral is, when Thug hit him, you know, of course it was a sneak punch. You know, you get hit, boom, you turn around. What do? You jump up, you get your stance, and you go for what you know. That's not what he did. He ran to the booth, right? He ran to the booth. He looked around, maybe thinking he was gonna get jumped. You know, he was, like I say, from Maryland, and it's not a lot of us, you know, DC, Maryland guys in the Virginia system. Maybe he thought he was gonna get jumped. You know, it's Virginia, so you know, guys, some areas stick together. Richmond mostly stick together. Sometimes the Tidewater areas stick together, depending upon who you mess with. But that wasn't, you know, that wasn't the case. It was just Thug. Thug stood in the little background, was like, come on, man, come on. See me? Yeah, you keep talking. Yeah, see me, see me. So, you know, it simmered down. I spoke to Thug later. But the big guy go to Rick, you know. Homeboy from DC talked to Rick like, man, you know, let me borrow a knife. So Rick like, nah, talk like you kept a blade. You know what I'm saying? Use your own if you got to use it. Now, what Rick did do, you know, on some man stuff, but also on some homeboy stuff, he spoke to Thug. He said, man, let me speak to you, young. You know, everybody respected Rick for the most part. He was a reserved dude, you know what I'm saying? Always talked about having been a pimp, a real, you know, pimp. But he was muscular and he didn't brook no disrespect. He didn't bother nobody. He literally worked out and sat in his corner on his chair, read his little newspaper and stayed to himself, didn't play cards or none of that. So, you know, out of respect, I guess, making sure that dude wouldn't get jumped, you know, he pulled Thug to the side like, man, you know, my man want to fight you one-on-one, you bang with him? Thug was like, sure. He said, man, you don't want nobody jumping. So Thug like, no, I did that, you know what I'm saying? I stand it, you know what I'm saying? I stand in front of it, you know what I'm saying? So Rick go ask, big dude, man, you trying to see youngin' one-on-one? He said, it's whatever. Nah, because you know how these bombers be trying to jump a dude. Rick said they not going to jump you, you know what I'm saying? I post up, you know what I'm saying? Which means I'll stand in front of the door with a knife. And my man JR said the same. He said, Slim, go ahead, do your thing, man. We got you. These are two soldiers willing to stand against whatever tide that comes that way if it does. Wasn't going to be no tide. Thug was going to fight, and a couple dudes from Portsmouth definitely would have backed him if it had got ugly. You know, like pull a dude the ball from whatever. But nah, he didn't want to fight him. When confronted with a real challenge, he backed down. But it was easy for him every day to talk that knife talk, that gangster talk, that killer talk, right? And I see this in life. I see this out here in society. I see these young guys out here, you know, beating up women. I mean, I'm beating them up, like, you know, because it's easier. You know, you tell these youngins and these rappers out here talking this killer talk, you tell them, man, why don't y'all just go ahead and fight, see each other, you know, go to a gym. These cats got millions of dollars, right? But they're putting hits on other guys, getting guys killed, you know? And the beef they have is with another rapper. Why is it so hard to just say, look, give me two of my soldiers, you get two of yours, we can officialize this, go into a gym, a ring, and we can just bang out, no cameras, no cell phones. You know, no mobs, just bang out like men. Get it off our chest. Nah, they're gonna make albums and albums and albums, songs after songs after song, and tell people are dying. And it's the same way out in the street. These youngers don't want to fight no more. And I ain't saying fighting is the answer. I'm saying sitting down, talking like adults talk. This is what we need to learn in school, communication. We don't know how to communicate, myself included, in the sense that, I forced a lot of my time, I spent a lot of my time striving to learn how to communicate, like learning not to talk with my hands, fists, learning not to go to a knife, learning, you know what I'm saying? Just like, all right, man, you know what I mean? Like, all right, what's going on? Let's talk. Let's get this off our chest. Let's talk. People today don't really want to do that. People don't, we all on our guard. We always on our guard. We defensive. Not only we defensive, we seldom deal with each other like we deal with those that we consider real threats or real issues. We bully one another. We treat one another foul. Within family, within relationships, you got guys that'll bully their girlfriend and go to a corner, and some youngers will pull up, jump in front of the line, and the man, he'll let that go. Not because it's wise, he'll let it go because he's soft. We don't help the elders, anymore out here in the community. Don't grab groceries. Don't teach the youngin' to grab groceries. Why? Because we choose the easy route. What's easy? Sitting at home, looking at YouTube videos all day. Even, not mine, not conscious or positive, inspiring videos. Most of us want to look at shows, silly stuff, people falling on their face, people doing dumb stuff, hitting each other, pranking each other. This desensitizes us. When you're watching prank videos all day, it makes you want to joke and hurt people all day. Think about that. What I want to walk up to somebody and scare them for? What I want to walk up to someone and make their heart beat 20 times faster just for the sake of a moment of giggling? Come on, man. But this is what we do. We go the easy route. Same in prison on the weight pile. When everybody come out, they run straight to the weight bench. Most dudes don't run to that pull-up bar because not most. They don't run to the pull-up bar because the pull-up bar demands a lot of upper strength, real upper strength, and a lighter bottom body, lighter bottom half. Dudes ain't doing that. They going to the weight pile, they're going to the bench, and they're going to the curl bar. We want our arms to be big and want our chest to protrude. Very few people doing squats because their leg work is hard. You wake up the next day, your legs are stiff, you can barely walk, getting Charlie horses in the middle of the night. We definitely ain't doing those crunches. That's like, that's real talk. You see these prison movies and these prison shows, everybody got six packs and whatnot. That's a lot. That's not in prison. Nope. Some dudes have natural, physiques, but most dudes in prison are slim, or some guys, like say he might have, strong upper bodies, but we avoid the hard. The difficult is not the bench. It is the crunch. It's the six pack. Because you got to work at that. You got to work hard to to burn that fat around that gut, myself included. I'm walking now, you see my sweat bag. I'm waiting for the spring to kick in the summer to lose a couple pounds, But it's easier to go home, or pull up at McDonald's or Chipotle or something, or to buy some chips and cookies. That's easy. That's easy, but it's hard to be disciplined. It's hard to be disciplined. It's easy to spend money if you got money. I listen to a lot of these rappers, man, because I'm wondering their mindset. You had that conscious group back in the day. You had Big Daddy Kane and Rakim and the X-Clan, Poor Righteous Teachers. You had them guys back then that dropped nuggets, you know what I mean? Even, or just a different breed of music today. And I like the beats, and I like some of these young guys because some of them are thinkers. But they are products of the environment. And so the environment tells them, the world says fight women. You see these TV shows, guys fight women. You see it. And so that's what they rapping about. Beat the broad, beat to this, beat to that. It's the easy route. It's the easy route. It's harder to stand up and help the community. It's harder to come out and clean up your community, even if you by yourself. That is hard because you're lonely out there, And so we choose the hard route. It's lonely being alone. Shoot, the definition, it's lonely, But sometimes that is the best route, even if it's the hardest route. You got women going through these relationships with drug addicts. If he's not trying to go to a rehab facility or really go to counseling, he's not trying to get off of drugs. He'll tell you, he'll spin you a story like, babe, I'm trying, it's hard, like this stuff we call and my body gets sick, and while he's telling you that, you're gonna say, babe, it's okay, keep trying. He gonna keep stealing out your purse. He gonna keep hanging with his home, he gonna keep cheating, he gonna keep doing that. Why? Because you're willing to show him more love than he's willing to show you and himself. So sometimes you got to say, babe, go, go. Get yourself right. And if you get right, if I'm here, I'm here. You know what I mean? But that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? And too many women, and I say this honestly to a lot of you women, you got to be willing to walk alone. Why? Because you're more valuable than you understand. You're more valuable than you understand. Women out here just sleeping around and saying, I'm doing me. Now you're giving away a piece of your heart, giving away a piece of your soul. You're giving your body away. And that's reserved for something authentic. Even if it ain't, long lasting per se, like years and years. Wait, hold on, give yourself to someone that you see cares, that's doing what's hard, you know what I mean? That cares enough to help you fix something that's broken, that cares enough to care about your kids, that cares enough to be concerned about you. Stop going for what's easy, right? It's the same with the men, you know what I'm saying? It's easy to go sleep with a woman that's just, talking a certain way, acting a certain way, that's loose, that's easy. But that ain't what we want. Nah, not no real man. Real man wants something he can come home to and say, okay, hey, babe, how you doing? Y'all can hug. Y'all can talk. Y'all can sit down, put your feet up, right? Talk about life and improving in life. A real man want to come home, man, and give a massage and get a massage. A real man wants to turn around and know that when he leaves, he can trust his lady not to invite strangers in. He can trust his lady not to play around and flirt with the world. You know what I mean? Same thing a real woman wants. Now, this new age, real woman, real man, let us do us and we're going to hold each other down. It is what it is. Let's chase the bag. It's bull. That's BS, because a lot of time, we left hurting. We left hurting because of that, you know what I'm saying? And we left lonely and we left sad because of we are attached to ourselves, man. Our bodies, we're attached to that. Our spirits are attached to your vaginas, you know what I'm saying? And our manhood. Our spirits are attached to that. Males are definitely more careless and callous when it comes to the use of these things. But man, you put yourself out there. Women, man, you have to be you're valuable. You know what I mean? You hear it all over. Women, this is, I think, Women's History Month. Women's Celebration Month. Yeah, you all should be celebrated more, but you gotta celebrate yourself. What you would tell your daughter, What advice would you give your daughter? This advice you gotta follow yourself. You gotta tell them how valuable they are. So what, the dude tall and cute? So what, he got a curly hair and a six pack? So what, he got a car? You know what I mean? So what? Does he have a job? Right? Does he have a job? Is he willing to walk with you, help you? You know what I'm saying? Is he willing to take care of his own responsibility? That's the thing that always has befuddled me. Women getting involved with men who don't take care of their children, but will fake like they willing to take care of you and yours. Come on, man. That amazes me. I see it a lot. I don't get it. But like I say, that sounds like I'm ranting, but I'm not. Real talk. I'm thinking about the easy target. It'd have been easy. I washed a little clothes this morning. It'd have been easy for me to stay in the house. Nah, come out the house. Come out the house. Walk. It's about to rain. But look at it. Other people out here working out. You know what I'm saying? It's a little creep. People out there with the kids. You know what I'm saying? I want to see this in the community. I want to walk in the community, in the neighborhoods, man, and smell barbecue again. I want to see peaceful block parties where you hear Frankie Beverly and Maze and Will Smith Summertime, right? I wanted to go back to a time when the word family meant, man, we rolled together, we laughed together, we partied together, we enjoyed each other's company. Nowadays, we don't. We only family when we can use each other, take advantage of each other, borrow money from each other, Nah, man, these things, because it's easy. The hard is getting back to, you know what I mean? That's like when people that are drug addicts, when they come to prison, most of them are skinny, their faces dried up, and you see them working out, you see them eating a lot of trays, they'll borrow food from people. You be like, man, what you doing, old head? What's up, man? You getting back? I'm getting back, y'all. The get back is hard because that's what you're doing, you bouncing back. You know what I mean? This transition for a lot of us who've been in prison, You know, coming out this transition is hard because we getting back. And some of us are trying to attain what we ain't never had. You know what I mean? That's life. Real life. I mean, we had freedom, but we didn't have jobs. Some of us got locked up as youngins. Summer jobs, little bootleg job here and there. Job nonetheless, but we trying to get back and be about the business of adulthood, right? So we have to stop always going the easy route, you know, the easy route, you know, and sometimes cutting people off just because that's necessary sometimes, but we always have to look in the mirror and ask ourselves, could I have done anything better? If it's not you, okay, you know, but sometimes we can work on ourselves more. We can look in that mirror more. That is a terrible place to look sometimes when you ain't right. It's that mirror. You know what I mean? That's like a person that feels they're unattractive. They avoid that mirror at all costs. You know what I'm saying? You know, someone that's fit, comfortable with their physique, they look in the mirror, they ain't nothing. They turning and spinning and rubbing themselves. You know, you got a few rolls on your stomach. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't cut up, and you ain't trying to look in that mirror. You want a headshot. You ain't trying to look below the neck, you know? So, you know, let us strive hard to get out that comfort zone, right? You know, let us strive hard to, and again, I'm talking to myself. Let us strive harder to get out that comfort zone. Let us dig a little deeper with ourselves. You know what I mean? Let us not look so heavily on someone else and look more seriously at ourselves. You know, we can put a guy, you say you can put a magnifying glass on everybody else's problem, but you'll minimize your own flaws, you know. So let us strive harder, let's dig a little deeper. And as always, I appreciate you all walking this journey with me. Keep your head up, enjoy your day, enjoy your evening, enjoy your night. And remember that what you give is what you get more often than not. So keep giving good, and may the Most High bless you to receive lots of good.